You are experiencing the Kathryn Dunn Show. With us today, we have Eric Prater, Matt Capazzi, Nick Stevens, Don Slovan, Elaine Vario, Bull, my mom, and I am Kathryn Dunn. Also, Tucker is with us. You might see him later. If anybody wants to know what my beauty secret is this week, it is a diuretic. All right, who is ready for, or how is everybody? Let's just check in with you guys. Hi.
Good.
Doing great.
Great. I'm awesome.
Yeah.
Dealing with a heat wave.
Yeah, like a
tricky.
fiery one. Do you want to talk about that now or later?
Well, I can tell you that it is so bad that apparently it's on the world news.
Yeah.
Oh, really?
Yes, it is.
Oh, yeah.
Which we will ask Nick about.
No,
Later.
I was not aware there was a heat wave, but I do care because one of the people I enjoy performing with, who is a lovely person, is suffering because of the heat wave. So,
Who do you know that is Greek?
well, there are you guys, of course.
That it is. Just because the Dunn doesn't sound Greek doesn't mean it's not.
It's Dunopolis. No, I want to know who your Greek is. Come on. I assume I know them because they're Greek.
So, when I lived in Panama, I had some neighbors that were from Greece.
Somebody had to poop and stop me. Nobody cares. It's okay.
Oh, no. I'm sorry. We have not been visible this whole time. But we've got very important Mr. Cute.
But
Mr. Cute Butt incoming. Incoming information from Mr. Cute's butt. What's the news, Mr. Cute?
That's it. Sorry, guys. That's what we got going on. I'm at the bus stop.
Apparently, it's sandal season.
There we go.
Mr. Cute is coming in to report that it is sandal season, and he likes sniffing ankles
Licking
of strangers who feel like it's
Licking
awkward.
legs of
Don't sniff
strangers,
my
he's so
ankle.
bad.
You're not on speaker right now, are you, Elaine?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, they
heard
can
you.
hear me.
They
Okay,
sing the
great.
Mr. Butt song.
Sorry.
That's Mr. underscore Palm on Instagram. He's famous for doing
Elaine's always got your back, guys. Wow. Well, now I'm embarrassed. I don't care though. Oh my god, he's so cute. Look at him. Oh my god, he's adventuring. Okay, this just became a segment, guys. Is Mr. Cute Man on the Street interviews.
That's right. Does anybody want to be on the show? Talk to me now. Everyone loves him. See? How can you not love him?
They're too busy taking selfies. You all taking selfies?
No, they're taking pictures of Mr. Cute. All right.
Aww. Well,
video
that was
games.
exciting for me. Look, so many
He's
sandals.
licking strangers' legs. You know what he does.
Mr. Weird is super cute. So that was our segment called Mr. Cute Likes to Sniff Feet, which people are hearing on the street right now. Lovely. Yeah. And now let's do this thing that I was gonna do. Oh dear. I was all ready and then mayhem, guys. I love the mayhem though.
Yeah, the Electric Mayhem are great.
Actually, are you here, Elaine? No.
No, she's back off.
She went on mute.
She'll be back.
Okay,
She's like the
let's
ghost.
do
Something.
this segment then.
Oh.
Ready?
Whine and Whisper Light ASMR.
Where you guys guess what I'm drinking based on how it sounds. I can't hear you, Nick.
I hate when some of the people that I know don't recycle and other people do recycle. It confuses me and I'm not sure what to do.
I'm very serious about recycling, but guess what I'm drinking?
Still water.
That's a very good guess. That's exactly what I'm drinking.
Did you know if you take an air conditioner and you take it out of its window slot and you put it into the room, that it will work after all, even though all of the things on Google says that it's not possible? Huh.
I hate that I didn't know that.
I didn't know that either.
Guys, the game is now guess what's on Elaine's camera.
What? is that?
I hate it when there's no segue.
There's no segue. It's just Mr. Cute. And that was it. All right, guys, that was Wine and Whisper. Thank you for playing. Mother, you got it right. It was still water. Well done.
No, I meant it's still water.
Oh, as in every time it's water. That's even funnier. Because I'm like, she's giving up the game. But now you're giving up the game on like a deeper level. And that's funny. All right.
That was deep.
What?
That was deep.
Very deep.
Yeah.
That was some deep water.
Like the still water.
Deep water.
All right. Hopefully this is the right thing because it's time for Are You Aware? And
Do you care?
yeah, exactly. Do you care with Nick Stevens? All right, Nick. Who wants to go first?
I'll go.
All right.
Okay, Nick, are you aware that there has been some controversy and backlash about the movie The Sound of Freedom? And that actually 2 major streaming networks refused to pick it up.
I was not aware about it. Why don't you share a little bit about what the backlash is about?
Okay, so these 2 streaming companies, can I say the names or?
I mean, I have no idea what the YouTube rules are. I should.
Oh, okay. So Netflix and Hulu both refused to pick it up. So they decided to release it on their own independently. In the studio that did pick it up was Angel Studios. Well, so basically the controversy is that the right is saying that it is basically a conspiracy theory. They're basically saying that it's really not based on true events, and it's basically a conspiracy theory. And it's I guess you could say,
isn't it like somehow linked to like QAnon and Pizzagate, or it's like trying to
yeah,
perpetuate
like
the QAnon Pizzagate?
Like QAnon is the ones that are spurring this fake narrative about the movie. And
What's the movie about?
it's about human trafficking.
And is there any truth to any of it?
It's based on a true story, yes.
Or said to be
okay.
based on a true story.
Well,
Well,
they're saying it's human trafficking, or there isn't.
yeah, there is. So the main character.
Just wondering if QAnon's involved. If there is.
No, oh no. I don't even know what that is. I don't even know what that is.
A story about the conspiracy, or the fact that the conspiracy is the conspiracy?
I'm so
Yeah,
confused.
they're saying that the human trafficking thing it isn't happening or never happened. They're saying that QAnon is is creating that lie.
That there isn't human trafficking.
Yes.
Oh.
Okay. And Netflix and Hulu don't want to put the lie on their shows.
Yes, that's what they're claiming.
Oh, okay. Well, now I'm aware. I don't know about Nick, but I kind of am really happy that they're not doing that.
Yeah, and there was so much backlash with, I call it Clementines, but I think it was called Darlings, Little Darlings.
Something like that.
Something. Or Little Cuties.
Cute. Yeah, something like that. It was a French movie. It's all I know.
Yeah. Also, kind of in this same vein, weirdly enough, are you aware and do you care that I found this out today? I don't even understand it yet, and I probably shouldn't even be saying it out loud because I don't even understand it. That if you put the words chicken soup in a Facebook search, creepy things come up about children. So I don't know what it's about.
Chicken soup or chicken hawk?
No, soup. Maybe that's related to why. I don't know why. It's more of a Google why this is going on than like a put it in your Facebook. But like a thing will come up. Like if you put it in Facebook, a warning will come up. And I didn't go any further because I'm like, I don't know what this is. This is weird.
Remember when I told you about the chicken hawk thing?
Yeah, you said chicken head, right?
No, I said chicken hawk.
Oh, you said head.
Did I say head? I meant chicken hawk.
Okay, well there you have it.
So to go back, back.
Well, Chicken Hawk would bring up a whole lot of shit. It would.
Like what? Why? I don't even know. I mean, I've heard it. I've like a cougar.
There is actually a chicken hawk, but the term is
Chicken Hawk is pedophiles.
Yeah.
Chicken soup is something you drink and eat.
Yeah, that's why I don't know.
It's also a book.
And it's good for the soul, I hear.
That one.
Which is so weird that they would take it for this. They take all sorts of strange things. But what were you trying to say, Eric? Sorry.
Oh, I was just saying, okay, so the movie, it's based on, so the main character in the movie, I think his name is Tim. I can't remember his last name, but his name is Tim. He's a former undercover agent for Homeland Security. And he was in basically doing all this work in Mexico and I think parts of South America. And so while he was employed by Homeland Security, so they basically wanted him to concentrate on finding and catching the I hate to say the word, the pedophiles.
This is that movie that we were talking about originally?
Yeah.
Okay.
But what he was more concerned about was the children. They didn't care, they wanted him to go after the pedophiles and stuff. So, and they really weren't worried that much about the children that was being trafficked. So what he did was he basically quit his job. He started a nonprofit called Operation Underground Railroad. And what he does and his organization does is they actually go out and find these traffickers and find out where basically they find these traffickers to be able to get to the kids, to rescue the kids is what. And
is Ashton Kutcher involved in this at all? Because I know he was doing something like that.
I'm sorry?
Ashton Kutcher. I know he was doing something with helping children.
I don't know if he's involved with the movie per se, but he was doing something like that too. Yeah.
Yeah. So the basic, and to sum it all up, basically the question is what is the purpose of this? Who's making it? What are they trying to say? And are they doing a Trojan horse type of thing with some other message? And then the producers themselves have a questionable background. That's the main controversy.
See, that's why I haven't seen it yet, but that's why I want to see it. But I mean, I guess you could say from a perspective of someone that has not seen the movie but just heard both sides of the story, the news.
Look, in my opinion, that's one of those stories that you just don't both sides in. Human trafficking is bad.
Yes.
Anyone that says otherwise is wrong, and therefore should be considered at least questionable in their personality.
That might be the controversy, that they're let's take this thing that's so clearly bad and then do some manipulative psychological stuff. Kind of when you ask, and I don't know, but when you ask somebody do you like murder and potato chips, or do you like eating bumblebees? And it's well, I like potato chips. You know what I mean? One of those kind of things.
Yeah.
I don't know.
What was that? What was the TV show where they set up the pedophile
to catch a predator? I think were you going to say how it ended or why it ended?
No.
Okay, go on.
Is there an ending?
No, go on.
Yeah, there is an ending.
No, what were you going to say, Don?
No. I just did the. Let's hear the ending first, please.
Oh, no, I don't know if this is true, but I heard that basically, the reason it ended is because they caught somebody in a position of power, like a congressman or a politician of some sort.
I didn't hear that part, but I heard that
Very important reminder, we do not fact check, do your own research. Everything we say is true.
Yes, so, but this is what I heard. I heard that the person that they caught when they were inside the house and that said person was being confronted, he unalived himself.
Oh, okay. So Google it because it's either of those or both.
What?
Yeah, he
Unalived. Skotose
yeah,
himself.
I got it.
yeah.
Well, the weird thing is that formula, I've been noticing just in general, I'm lightening it up a little bit, that the reality shows have these interesting formulas. Like, for example, that one seems to now be the formula for a bunch of these other ones where it's like prankster, what's that one? The prankster one is a whole bunch of these.
The one with Johnny Knoxville.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
Frank
Jackass.
Channel.
And there's a bunch of them where they like surprise people with stuff. And this is kind of like a much lighter version of surprise, we caught you. You're a pedophile, you bastards. Now it's kind of like, surprise, we love you. It's your birthday.
Yeah, like I find that a weird thing too. Like on YouTube, there's like these channels that they do pranks. They call them pranks, but they're not really pranks. They're just basically doing mean stuff to people.
Psychological traumas.
Yeah, I mean, it's not a prank. It's just you're doing something mean to someone for no reason for content.
Yeah,
Because people are interested in being mean or watching people being mean to other people.
Yeah.
Speaking of, Nick, are you aware and do you care that the Gilgo Beach serial killer has been potentially caught?
I was not aware. And where is Gilgo Beach?
You don't know anything about this?
No.
Wow.
Oh my God.
Wow. Wow, really?
Well,
How do
like
you
I was
not?
telling you,
You don't
Catherine,
like a
I was
rock
telling
or
you the
something
other
like
day.
that? You don't like watch any news, any
No,
sort?
So since 2011 until now, you've had time to hear whispers of the Gilgo
I
Beach.
just want to make one.
It's the guy.
Hold on,
that
Elaine
killed-
is saying something.
I just want to make one announcement, and then I've got to sign off because it's too crazy today. Every ad on the subway across from me is pink, like Barbie, and is Tinder generated. So just so you have that to think about. Comfortable silences, and everything's pink. All the backgrounds are pink, and they will say Tinder like you're gonna fall in love like Barbie.
So good segue into, but I'm not segueing away from Gilgo yet. But I am we're gonna do a little pocket for Elaine. Are you aware and do you care that Barbieheimer is happening?
All right, Mr. Keith says bye too.
Yes. In fact, I'm going to a Barbieheimer party probably after the show.
Mr. Cute on strike? I'm just wondering.
He is
Mr. Cute is
union.
hot.
Yes, he is on strike. Okay. So
going back to
to
Gilgo Beach or Gilgo Strangler or
no, not a Gilgo Strangler.
Serial killer dumps body in Jones Beach.
So it started with a phone call to 911 from a sex worker who was having a bad night, to say the least. She said that she was being chased by someone or some people, and she was like in the brush. She was knocking on doors, trying to like whatever. Nobody knows exactly what she was going through, but this is kind of all recorded. You can listen to the 911 call, and it's just to get context, but I don't even know that it gives context. Long story short, this particular woman, they went searching for her in Long Island. The Long Island serial killer is another name for the situation that is this Gilgo and other beaches. And they found bodies, up to 11 other bodies. Or I think she might be 11. But anyway, 10 to 11 bodies that they just found at different points in Long Island along beaches. That they were like, what? This seems like the work of a serial killer. And they're not sure if this person is even related to that or if she just died by accident and then her death led to finding all these other victims. So there's the Gilgo 4, and then there's like another one in like Fire Island, another one here, there, and everywhere, like kind of like along the beaches. And they're not addressing those just yet. There's just this Gilgo 4. 3 of them, he's in jail because of 3 of the 4, and they think that these could be multiple serial killer dump sites. Also, I think Billy Baldwin went to high school with this guy who is now linked to these four. But yeah, they think these others are the work of other people, but they believe that this is the work of him because of the MO and the specificity of it, and it involved like, sorry to say, trigger warning, dismemberment, putting them in camouflage bags, which are used for hunting. It was burlap, but it wasn't like burlap at like a nursery. It was more like burlap that you would use to cover things when hunting. And they found hair, his wife's hair, but she was out of the state or country at the times that they believe the murders occurred. And his hair on some of them, like on a belt buckle, there was like maybe DNA and like hair. And the real way that all of this happened was pizza. Pizza. Once again, pizza solves a crime. Pizza solved Andrew Tate. Pizza solved Bad Vegan. You can look it up. She's a Greek. I forget her name right now. And pizza solved Gilgo Beach. He ate pizza, discarded the crust in New York City, and they used that DNA for mitochondrial DNA to match it. And that's how they got him. That also like phone, phone stuff, and then also phone records, and then also, pimp tips. But still, pizza, guys. I just want to point out that Bad Vegan ate a lot of Chipotle, and she only got in trouble for the pizza.
Hold on a second.
And I want I want to slice a New York style.
I want to know specifically if it was artichoke, because I've looked at his pizza. I'm like, that looks like artichoke. Is that artichoke pizza?
Okay, but hello, I got a question here. Okay, so here's my question. So wait a minute. They were just checking his pizza, or they already had him as a suspect, obviously, and they were looking
no. He had been a suspect at this point. Then they were zeroing in on him, and he was continuing to buy the burner phones, continuing to do the thing that he did, and they were worried that he was going to strike, but they couldn't let him know that they were on to him. So they had to catch him at the right time, and they couldn't catch him at his house because he has guns there. So they had to make sure that they caught him at work because of how dangerous this guy is. They're now looking in South Carolina, Vegas, New Jersey, and New York to see if there's other things they can connect him to.
Yeah. Let me speak for Nick. I don't give a shit.
What? No, Nick!
Like, he was not aware.
Wait a second. Nick has made Lucy his secretary? You can't even answer yourself, Nick?
Am I mad at you, Nick, or not? Say something! Are we fighting, Nick? Why the silence?
I haven't even heard about it. So why would you give a shit?
Wow. Lucy just put Nick in hot water.
Yeah, Nick. Yeah, what are you going to do about it?
I'm going to
go, Nick. Way to go.
And I'm going to go order myself a Brooklyn-style pie.
Wow. I hope you get caught. Whatever it is you're doing, I hope you get caught.
Way to go, Nick. Way to go.
The moral of the story is eat your crust.
But seriously, that's super.
Just to clarify, Nick was framed for not caring, and it's not certain whether or not he cares.
We're still on the case, Nick. What were you going to say?
No. I spoke for him. I didn't really mean to.
No. We're fighting.
You give a shit
until he says something.
I think
the deed has already been done.
Yeah, it's done.
I'm just ready for Law and Order Special Victims Unit. Barry Johnson come up with.
I think they've already done it.
I actually did hear about, like, I heard about it I've seen some like news things about it and stuff, but I don't really I didn't dig deep enough, but I did hear about it. And
Kathryn is very much interested in serial killers.
No, what? Doesn't everybody just know this much about it?
The rest of the country is not probably aware of all of this. Also, there's other things happening.
I thought I saw it on international news, actually.
Yeah, this is international.
Yeah, but I mean, everyone wasn't aware of this in the beginning.
Oh, Don's committing crimes in front of us. It's pineapple on pizza. Also the work of a Greek Canadian.
Look, I will say one thing. Pineapple on pizza is acceptable sometimes.
I don't have a problem with it. What? I don't know why the internet has chosen to fight it.
I mean, personally, I don't like it, but
you're allowed to be wrong, and we forget.
Everybody has their own preferences.
Well, and everybody's entitled to be incorrect, Eric. I think that's what Nick's trying to say.
I just bought from Amazon just a little while ago a pineapple corer. You guys, you have to buy a pineapple corer but then you have to get the right pineapples. Like, see that one there? It's kind of like orangey, sort of brownish. That's the right one. You don't want to get the green ones because the green ones are not as sweet. I also make one hell of a pizza. You make it with a tortilla instead of actually with crust, and it's really fantastic.
Or a
That's all I
panini
have
wrap.
to say.
I would call
A
it
grilled
a
panini
flatbread
wrap.
before I call it a pizza.
What?
I would call it a flatbread before I called it a pizza.
That's fair. Also, are you aware and do you care about anything Don just said?
Not really.
Fair enough. Okay, so this is important to me because, crimes have happened.
Back to the murderers.
Yes, exactly. There's so much juicy crime stuff. No, I don't like it like that. But are you
On the
aware?
Kathryn Dunn show, we discuss murderers
And
with
pets.
Kathryn and 5 people that don't give a shit.
No, but I like the format. Yeah. So are you aware and do you care that JonBenet, there's somebody trying to come forward and say that they did it? Someone who is confessing, kind of.
Well, hasn't he already done that?
Why would they want to do that?
Somebody's already confessed to that.
I actually heard about that.
So there are
Again,
people who actually
no
like to.
and no.
Oh, you
Also,
don't
my
care?
computer battery's about to die, and I don't have a charger near me.
No, I've been waiting like all week for this segment, Nick. Like this, what?
Can you do the segment next week?
No, Nick, this is news, not archives. That's Matt's segment.
Maybe we should start a new segment all about serial killers.
Okay,
Oh, God, no,
could we?
please stop.
Yes,
Yes,
Eric.
we do.
That's a
We do have
Eric,
I
you're
keep
gonna
trying to
lead the
lighten it up, and
segment.
it keeps going darker and darker.
Okay, sorry.
All right,
I'll retract
Eric,
everything.
we'll talk about this segment because I think you're brilliant and I like it. But
We'll
Kathryn
call this
tried
the
this
after
before.
credits show.
yeah. So
after
you are
show.
you
How
are
about
not
that?
aware and you do not care that somebody is currently trying to confess, and there are things that link potentially circumstantial things that
Nobody-
could link this person to the crime.
Nobody cares, Kathryn.
Can I ask a question?
Nobody's
No.
been waiting for this for however many years that I could be waiting
I
for
mean,
this, but also still be
I've always been
21.
curious. I've always been
96.
curious.
Why
21
would someone
years.
confess?
It happened in '96.
Which I wasn't born yet, but I could tell you my entire life I've been waiting to find out who did this.
Why would someone confess if they already got away with it?
Because he's obsessed with her.
Oh,
That
So
doesn't
if you
make
think about it, much like the person that I think actually killed John Lennon, but like sometimes people will kill a famous person because their name will then forever be linked with them.
Yeah, the person that killed John, wasn't he trying to impress an actress?
That
Yes,
is actually Ronald Reagan, the person who shot Reagan, was trying to impress an actress. The actress is Jodie
Okay.
Foster, and that's based
Okay.
on Taxi Driver.
Oh, really?
Because
I didn't
she
know
was
that.
in it, and spoiler alert, guys, you had decades to see it. Because she was in it, and there's a scene where he shoots a politician. The guy
Yeah.
thought that it would be a good idea to shoot a politician to get her
Yeah,
attention.
I've seen them. I just didn't know that it was related to the actual thing, the actual shoot. Yeah, I didn't know that.
That is my understanding
Awesome.
of that whole thing, and I could be wrong.
So
But no,
the guy that shot Lennon, he was just crazy, or I guess.
yeah, John Chapman. That's really a really sad, sad story.
well, it's not his name, but I'm not going to correct you because fuck him.
I
I
did.
thought that was.
I know, but
his
it's also there's a middle name, and I'm not going to say it.
Mark Chapman.
All right, fine, it's David. The middle name is David. All right, but we're going.
He was wearing a
Hey,
Todd Rundgren T-shirt when he shot her.
And he had Catcher in the Rye. That's a red flag, guys. If anybody has Catcher in the Rye on them, red
Terrible.
flag.
Hey Nick,
That's a book
did you know that Leo Messi in his debut for the soccer team Inter Miami scored the winning goal in his debut game?
Yes, I saw that game. I'm a huge Lionel Messi fan, and so like if you guys talk to me about sports, talk to me about soccer because I actually give a shit about that.
I do not.
Yeah, I've never
Ding
been.
ding
Yeah,
ding ding
I'm
ding ding
impressed.
ding ding ding.
I never really
I
been.
take
a soccer
back
fan.
everything bad things I ever said about Nick. This
Oh,
is
bullshit.
very impressive.
Although my cousin
Thoroughly impressed.
is
Oh.
he's a former pro soccer player, but I mean
Who's your cousin?
Landon Donovan.
Cool. Good for your cousin.
Hmm?
Awesome.
Cool.
You don't know who he is?
No
I take
idea.
it back.
Oh. He used to play for I think it was the LA Galaxy, but he's retired now, and I believe he either owns a team or he coaches a team.
That's cool.
Yeah.
I follow primarily international soccer. I'm a fan of Arsenal and Barça, which is Barcelona's team.
Oh, cool.
So,
are you aware and do you care that Tupac's murderer or something, they are on the case again somehow?
Really?
Are they? Is it? Did they not already arrest Suge Knight? Did we have this conversation already?
He's in there for something else.
Oh.
I think he's in there for running someone over on set.
Didn't he? Wasn't he the one that also hung Vanilla Ice his legs out of a window?
Yeah, or off a balcony.
Oh, Sue.
Who was that?
Suge Knight.
Suge Knight. This was like 20 years ago.
Suge Knight.
This was like 30 years ago. I'm sorry.
So he's the one that did it?
No, they're not saying that, but Nick and I are kind of curious if he had anything to do with it. He was in the car, he survived, and then he didn't tell anybody anything about it.
Oh, yeah.
I mean,
around the same time that Tupac was leaving Death Row Records.
Yeah. No. That all groks. It's like I'm on the 90% tip that it's probably Suge that was involved with.
Yeah, it wouldn't surprise me.
I 100% believe it was him. I 100% believe that he gave Eazy-E AIDS. Absolutely believe that he's had his hand in a lot of things. Do you think it's actually going to get back to him?
Hell no.
Yeah, that would be interesting.
I got one. Are you aware that I think it was 2 or 3 days ago now that Tony Bennett passed away?
I am aware. I love Tony Bennett. So my grandfather was a jazz pianist for many, many years. So I grew up listening to jazz piano, and Tony Bennett was one of my all-time favorites.
Yeah.
So, and I'm very sad to hear him pass.
Yeah,
Have you guys heard? He did a couple years ago. He did an album called Duets. And his song with Lady Gaga, which I can't remember which song it was, is outstandingly beautiful. I highly recommend it.
Yeah, Lady Gaga. I think she said something like to the effect of he was one of the reasons that she wanted to be a singer. I think something like that.
He also said something about she was going out and he saved her life somehow.
Are you guys, on the topic of Lady Gaga, are you guys aware that she is a 4 or 5 multiple instrument virtuoso from the age of 7? And one of her instruments is the trumpet.
Did not know that.
I did know that she had some sort of musical stuff, but I don't know the specifics.
I mean, I just thought she just played the piano, but I didn't know about the other instruments.
I know it's piano, trumpet, and guitar or violin.
And finally, are you aware and do you care that Greece is literally burning right now?
Literally.
I am very sorry to hear that. Which means I am not aware, and I obviously do care. That's
because you watch the news. Good on you.
Which we're going to transition into Ask Mom, just in case anybody has questions for my mom right now, specifically about this or anything.
Hey, Lucy, how's the weather in Greece?
A little warm these days. No, seriously.
You don't say.
It's so hot that it's actually made world news. It's made world news. Ooh. So, but not just Greece, Spain, all of the southern Mediterranean is burning, as is part of America.
Wow.
That's crazy. I honestly didn't hear anything about it. I mean,
the heat wave? Oh, the heat waves. You're not watching the news. The international news keeps going on about it. It's like texts and stuff. It's like, are you okay? Are you okay? It's bad. It's really bad.
I don't have like news channels that I watch, but like I get my news pretty much off there just my phone. So I didn't see it.
I mean, honestly, just get like email updates about things that are happening, and then you'll know.
No, it's bad. And then in the meantime, not only is it boiling, like we're talking in the hundreds, not only is it boiling, but there's also fires that are happening.
Wow.
It's burning, and it's burning.
Oh my gosh.
Where
are there fires near you?
Yes and no. I wasn't here when the fires were happening in Athens. Right now, there's a whole lot happening on the island of Rhodes.
Rhodes, yeah, I heard about Rhodes.
So that one's really bad, where tourists are being evacuated and being taken in by locals because it's just bad. It's just bad. I mean, it's so hot that things just go on fire just based on the heat.
Oh, wow. Man.
I bet everything dried up, so it makes for easier fires.
Oh yeah.
I'm definitely going to look into that because I'm interested, but that's very bad, very crazy.
Yeah, that it is.
Yeah, it's very dry.
It happens every year. We have fires, but we don't always have the heat wave to go with it. We just have wind that goes with it. This year, it's combo plan.
Lucy, who are your top 3 favorite celebrities?
Well, you know I love me my Brad, right?
Okay.
So Brad Pitt now, young Brad, and then Brad specifically in Legends of the Fall.
There you go. Now you got it.
No, but really, which 3?
So Mount Rushmore is all Brad Pitt?
Well, my Brad. No, if you want to say like my favorite actor, it's still got to be Dustin Hoffman. And there's 2, and then another celebrity, Oprah.
Okay, I was shocked you didn't say Richard Gere.
I know that the segment is over, but there was something else I wanted to bring up.
Okay, let's hear it.
I was just going to mention the new song and video that the country artist Jason Aldean has came out with.
Yeah, what's the deal with that?
Well, there's a bunch of controversy because they're saying that it's based on the location where he shot it. It's basically he's not basically coming out and like saying it publicly, but it's racist.
Well, the video. Have you seen the video?
Specifically the video.
Yeah.
Because it was shot. I can't remember the name of the exact county and place, but it was shot somewhere in Tennessee in front of a courthouse where in 1927 there was a lynching of an 18-year-old black man, and that because he chose to shoot in that specific location, and because of the content of the video, they're saying that he's basically racist
and
for doing
the lyrics,
that.
Right? It's not just. It's also in the lyrics.
And some of the lyrics, like for example, he says in some of the lyrics or one part of the song, he mentions the term or the words. He says "good old boys," which I don't know if any of you know.
Wasn't he using somebody's words or something?
No, he was using news footage from
the insurrection, right?
I'm sorry.
Was it from the insurrection?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it looked like it anyway.
BLM, Black Lives Matter stuff.
Yeah. Like they were saying that he was discrediting Black Lives Matter and that he was using it as a platform for racism and because the lyrics "Good Old Boys" is in the song. That the Good Old Boys are, I don't know exactly what they are. I just know that they're like a racist group or whatever.
Proud Boys are. Good Old Boys are.
Good Old Boys.
Old country boys.
A group.
Okay. So I got that
mixed
up. Okay. Yeah, Proud Boys. You're right. You're correct.
But Good Old Boys, when people hear it, it definitely does evoke a certain feeling. So
I'm sorry. Weren't they saying that he's promoting gun violence and vigilante and da 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 da?
Yeah, I think the vigilante part, because it's like if you try that in this town, you better not try it.
Yeah, basically he's saying that like he starts out the song is basically saying all these things like he's saying like if you want to.
I have some of the lyrics. I can read them.
Okay, yeah.
No, please don't.
It says, cuss out a cop, spit in his face, stomp on the flag, and light it up. Yeah, you think you're tough. Try that in a small town, full of good old boys, raised up right. if you're looking for a fight.
Yeah. So
That's
He's talking about protesters at Black Lives Matters or the insurrection. He's talking about protesters.
Yeah, he's basically saying that in the big cities you might be able to get away with it, but you come to a small town, and because small towns are usually
will lynch you and run you over.
Which is why it's controversial and kind of racist, potentially racist, allegedly. That's the question. Is it as racist as it feels? And also they're saying something about like sundown towns, that the feeling is he's saying like don't do it. Yeah, exactly.
Yep. I agree with that statement, Lucy.
What did you say, Lucy? I missed it.
So the controversy.
I still didn't hear you.
If it quacks like a duck.
Oh yeah.
Oh. Yeah, like he's say, for example, like I was saying before, like in a very big city, it's a huge city, so people don't really know any like other people very closely, usually. But in small towns, it's usually like everybody knows everybody. Like it's a small.
Yeah, but aren't the craziest ones coming from the small towns?
Oh, I don't know.
To do the crazy things.
And the reason I bring that up is because I actually live in a very small town, so I get what he's saying. Like you come here, if you come into a small town, we aren't gonna, we're not gonna
tolerate it.
We're not gonna basically call the cops and let them handle it. We're gonna handle it ourselves, which that to me is promoting
vigilantism, threatening
but
people.
it's not racist. That's not a
racist.
No.
I mean, I personally don't think that it is trying to promote racism, but I do think that it is trying to. Well, I don't necessarily say promote.
It might be a dog whistle. It might be. It might.
There are two things. One thing is where the music video was shot.
Yes.
And that has like racial history.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, so there's the location that the music video was shot, and then you have the song lyrics.
Yes.
And the song lyrics are they're pretty in your face, pretty honest. And it's like if you want to burn a flag, it's like that's not okay in small towns. So I think there's two things.
Not okay anywhere, actually.
Were they
right? But we're gonna.
Let me just. But where they shot the video is one thing.
No, it's really not okay
the lyrics
to
are
burn a
another
flag
thing.
in one of those towns, but it's okay to shoot people. It's okay to run them over. So give me a freaking break.
Well, let Matt. I think that might be. Matt, were you finished? Sorry.
Well, I mean, there are two separate things where they shot the video and then the song lyrics.
Yeah.
See, it's for my perception is if you say something racist on the internet and don't instantaneously apologize and say 1,000 mea culpas, you're probably a racist piece of dog shit.
And he actually did come out with a statement explaining the context of the video and the lyrics, but nowhere in that statement did he mention the location where the video was shot. So
Eric, that falls under there are good people on both sides.
Yeah.
Give me a freaking break. It's quacking like a duck. I've said it already. Done.
Yeah. I understand what you're saying. And I agree. I mean, he's not expressly coming out and saying this is a racist song or video or whatever.
No, because he doesn't think it is.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, but there's, I mean,
it's very strongly a vibe. It very I get how it could be.
It is promoting vigilantism.
Yeah,
it is.
Yes.
Which I don't think is okay. I mean, obviously, I mean, even if it don't matter if you're in a small town or whatever. I mean,
you know what? Let me tell you something. It'd be okay if it was equally vigilantism. Okay.
Yeah.
But it isn't. It just isn't.
Well, if he included the insurrection, theoretically, suppose I don't know.
There's your proof of the pudding. Because I assure you that if that had happened, and if, for example, if the people who were doing the insurrection on the Capitol happened to have been black, how fast would the National Guard have been called in, and how fast would they have been shot
It would have
dead?
been very different. Very
yeah.
different.
Okay.
It was so eerie to see how politely they were being treated. How they were just like, now y'all shoo, go on, get out, go on, get out.
Yeah.
Come on, you silly.
No, right. But they were throwing tear gas on the Black Lives Matter, and that was a bad thing because they had signs. Okay, please.
No, it was worse than that because they were also putting out bricks. They were putting out bricks and like just hoping that somebody puts it together.
Okay, or running somebody over because they were protesting something with the tiki torches or whatever it was,
or idolizing a child that came and shot those people. Like they deified him. They deified the person.
Who got away with it?
Yeah, and he got away with it. They deified him. He got away with it, and they've given him money.
In Minnesota.
If the person who did the shooting happened to have been black, and he shot somebody white or several whites, what would have happened then?
Oh, they would have. It would have. That would have been the example. Just like when the
it's okay if they're a vigilante and you're on my side, but it's not okay if you're a vigilante and you're not on my side.
Yeah.
Give me a freaking break.
Yeah.
I really love, I especially love these pro-life people. Love the pro-life people. They only give a damn when it's a fetus, because once it's born, they don't care.
Yeah, I don't get it.
It's a good point.
Do not get it. I just want to take this moment to remind everybody that the rapture did happen and we were not invited, and that is why the world is like this. That is also why the Mandela effect exists. That's why there are land lobsters and deer that breathe out of their head and everything that happens in Australia. All of that is because the rapture happened. Global warming, the fires. We are in hell, guys. We were not invited to the rapture.
It sounds like Greece is turning into the inferno.
I would not mind that inferno, personally.
Still better off.
Yeah. But yeah, all of that is going on. So, something. Also, just the fact that, like, wasps create figs. Come on. Signs of rapture. So, take the time to look at signs of rapture and share it next week.
People come here. I get tourists. I work with tourists. I work with tourists. I got to just tell you this thing. I work with tourists, and this falls on that. And they always ask me, "Oh, Greece, is it safe? Is it whatever?" Because we go on, like, you can walk outside and you're not going to get mugged or whatever. And they go on about the safety factor. Is it safe? Is it safe? And I go, safer than malls in America.
Wow. Or schools, or movie theaters, or sleeping
not
in
even
bed.
That far. I've also mentioned movie theaters or knocking on somebody's door. So, there you go. America does not have a good reputation globally. That's all I got to say.
No, when the insurrection happened, I was talking to my friend in Europe, and I'm like, "Oh my God, there's an insurrection happened, and people are storming the Capitol." He's like, "Yeah, that was brewing." What, are you surprised? Yes, and no,
yes.
But also it's a lot. You see it coming, but it's still a lot. He was not surprised, so that hurt.
No.
And now, some uplifting animal news. Not with Elaine Vario, unless Elaine's back. I don't think she is. She popped in, popped out, but she's not here. So if anybody has any uplifting animal news that we'd like to cleanse our palate after all that, let's hear it.
Stephen King's dog had a medical condition, and but just recently, Stephen King's dog is named Molly, aka the Thing of Evil. It had surgery yesterday to have a tumor removed from its neck, and and Stephen King tweeted about it, and he said, all kidding aside, she's actually a very good dog, and we hope the biopsy will show it was benign. So, thoughts and prayers for Stephen King's dog, Molly.
Oh, poor baby.
Thoughts and prayers.
I hope she's okay.
My babies are sick.
Oh, let's do Tattletales then. Let's talk about your babies. That's all for uplifting animal news. Tattletale time.
It's bad.
What's going on?
They're really sick.
Oh.
It's more than the heat. Put it to you this way, Joey won't even eat pizza.
Oh. But, like, will he eat cat food?
No.
He's not eating. How
Wait,
long
did
has
the
he not
pizza
been
have
eating?
pineapple? Did the pizza have
Not
pineapple
eating.
on it?
Not eating anything.
How long?
He's drinking. Well, since I got back.
Can you get like those nutrients?
Oh, look at that one.
Can you get like those nutrients and stuff?
He's not eating anything. I don't know what to get.
Hey, Carrot, can you wave?
Anyway, it's bad. I know it's bad.
What's the vet saying?
I'm gonna take him and find out, but I'm waiting for John to get back because I can't do that by myself.
Why? Because you can't get them in the carriers or whatever?
I don't want to do it by myself.
Because you just don't want to.
Because I'm afraid of what's going to happen.
You can't wait. Because then it's closer to the bad thing than the good thing.
It's not going to get better.
You just think it is? I think you should ask the doctor as soon as possible.
Well, I might do that.
Not fantasize out of it until the doctor tells you.
Yeah, you don't know.
If it's extremely hot.
The only thing is it's very, very hot. So that's the only thing.
If it's extremely hot and things are different than they normally are, right? Then maybe that's what's going on.
Also, keep in mind, they can smell what's going on. They might be very depressed about what they're smelling. And I don't know. I hope it's just that.
Anyway.
Is it all the cats or just the boys?
Well, the boys that are turning 20 in like a couple of weeks. So I'm hoping I'm going to take them so they can get some electrolytes in them.
Yeah, take them immediately, Mom. Don't wait for John, please. Because the faster the better.
The boys are bad, but Joey got really bad really fast.
If it's affecting all of them, then obviously it's something environmental.
It's not affecting. It's the boys that are 20. One was frail. Joey got sick. Anyway, whatever. I'll deal with it. I'm just saying.
Yeah.
It's not.
Blessings and prayers.
Yeah. Not good. Not good.
It's strange because I'm having similar scariness about my Trix mix.
I know, honey.
It's bad.
Well, the other one comes in this room and just decides to pee on my carpet. Thank you very much. Not pee, thank God. Poo.
Yeah.
If they pee, I throw the carpet out.
Yeah, she was
I
having.
keep putting him inside the box, and he's like, "No, I don't want to do that."
Maybe get a different litter. I think maybe it could be his little sensitive paws, and he might need like a paper litter.
No, all I know is all the boxes have been changed, and they're not using them.
Right, but look at his paws, because maybe he wants to pee on the carpet. Because
Joey's fine. He's using the litter box.
Whoever's peeing on the carpet, make sure that it's not a thing with the paws, and that has to do with the litter. Do you get what I'm saying?
It's possible. I cut his nails. It was Chandler. Look at her. Hey, Mitzi girl.
Little Miss Corner Kitty.
She's hot too. Oh, look at you, got your babies there.
Hi. Can you say hi, Carrot?
Yes.
Mine are somewhere around here, probably sleeping.
Yep. Anyway, so it is what it is.
Look down, Kathryn. Not like that, but okay.
Like that?
Nick is below you. If you look down in your...
Like that?
Not to the left, not to the right. Look down. Nick, you'll be seen. Never mind. Move on.
Okay.
How about the fan? Is it the fan?
No, it's
okay.
Nick's photo is below Kathryn. I was just trying to get her to look down.
Oh,
she's
okay,
looking
like this?
There we go. Never mind. It's over.
Not right to the side.
So look straight down.
No, down and to the side.
The fan is in a weird placement.
Wow, are we the Brady's?
Yeah. All right.
That's the way we all became the Brady Bunch.
The Brady
Probably the Brady.
Bunch.
Mm-hmm.
All right, guys. I wanted to tell you the story because it was funny, but now it's sad, but it's also kind of funny, so I'm gonna just do it. I don't know. We'll see how it goes, and it might be funny or
Something
something.
please.
Oh,
look
yeah.
Hey, Don, mine's cuter than yours.
Oh.
Mine could eat yours for breakfast.
Oh, shots fired.
Probably.
Cat battles. Carrot is being strategic, trying to find a place to hide. As you can see, Carrot is chosen behind. They're human. Maybe they're going to suckle on their boob. Who knows? They want kisses. And now, look over here, Forger's getting strategic. Discussing strategy with Dawn. Let's see who's going to win. All right, it looks like Carrot is hiding. I don't know how this is going to go or who's going to get smacked by a cat most. Oh, looks like Dawn just got smacked by Forger. Looks like the black and green team is not doing so well. Looks like the pink and white team is doing a little bit better.
He doesn't like that.
And Mitzi is just out.
And let's see our ring girl Mitzi. Bow, 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 bow.
She just like
She doesn't want to watch. She doesn't want to watch.
Look at Forger looking down to see what's going on right below him.
You can't even see his eyes.
I know, it's true, right?
Yeah.
I have to go like this far
I'll be right
back.
back. I'm gonna go put it back in my mom's room.
Okay.
Trixie
Doesn't
peed on
really
me.
like to put
It
me
happened. I'm at the point where I have to wear special clothes to make sure that my doggy doesn't pee on me. But it is kind of funny because I felt like she was letting me know, that I was wrong. I think it was like a political pee and not just a health pee. It could be
Tell
both.
the story, how it worked.
You tell it.
No, you.
He seems
Political
to think
pee?
that I carried her wrong and that it was my fault, that I jostled the pee out of her and that it wasn't her fault at all.
Who knows?
Yeah. I'm worried about her. It's all not fun. Sorry. Let's do something else, I guess. Or does anybody want to tell us about their cute little animals that are doing fine before we move on to the next segment?
I think that we can.
No.
Okay. Our next segment is
That reminds me.
and the word to get started is macaroni.
Macaroni reminds me of college because macaroni and cheese was a really easy meal to make.
That reminds me that I never got to do the dorm life in college, so I never got to try ramen until I was living here in 2016 or so.
Dorm life reminds me of considerate and inconsiderate roommates.
Why would anybody want to put a feather in their hat and call it macaroni? It's a feather, for God's sakes.
Inconsiderate roommates reminds me of my roommate Kenny when I worked at Disney World. That guy was a jackass.
I want to know why!
What?
I want to know why. Why was he a jackass?
Oh, he would do things like leave his entire closet, his entire wardrobe on the floor of the bedroom.
What? That's crazy. For what reason? How does it get like that? On purpose? Or is that just how he lived?
Yeah, on purpose.
Wait, what do you mean on purpose? Hold on. Time out. Like on purpose?
Like on purpose.
What?
Like
Kathryn, he asked that question.
No, hold on. I want to understand on purpose.
Kathryn, you can't be asking that question.
No, Lucy. On purpose?
Why? You do it by accident?
Oh, everything is just by accident. If you don't know, I don't know what to tell you. What do you mean on purpose, Nick?
Like he would do stuff like, "Oh, I'm gonna go do laundry, and then I need to," and I'm like, "Okay, I'm gonna work. I'll see you in a couple hours." And his entire like, I don't know, he didn't have like a laundry basket or something, so all his clothes was entirely on the floor. And the problem was he worked at a water park, so his clothes was perpetually wet.
No.
And it had that
No.
horrible,
that smell.
the horrible damn smell of like chlorine.
Oh,
No, you're being
Now
nice.
it's-
We know it's not the smell of chlorine, Nick. We all know it's not the smell of chlorine. That's the least of
When I
it.
was smoking dope and flying places, I would always make sure that I had like really dirty socks and stuff like that in my
Ugh.
bag, so the security people would not go through my bag. Didn't anyone else do that?
Did that work?
No.
Kind of
Oh,
does.
you know what
Wow.
happened the other day? I was on a ferry boat. So I'm on this ferry boat and everybody's getting off at the same time and it's really, really packed. So all of a sudden I'm smelling it. It's like skunk. Skunk. And there's a guy whose backpack is right there. So I go, ooh, nice smell.
He had a literal skunk in it. No, I'm kidding.
No, it was really skunk. So I said to him, I said, backpack smells nice. And he just smiles at me.
Of course he did. Because everything is hilarious to him.
No, but seriously, I could smell it. Could you imagine if they had the dogs?
I want those dogs. I've asked if I can adopt them. I think Trixie is one of those dogs because, like, she picks houses, and I feel like they must be cool. You know, like she either thinks she lives here or they're just cool. You know,
Don, macaroni was considered to be fashionable. The word fashionable, spelled with 2 C's.
Oh, so you would put a feather in your hat, and since
you
you
were-
were
stop it.
rich,
Stop
you would
it. Have
call
you
it
really just settled this?
macaroni.
Years. Nobody knew what that meant, right? Not a single person in this room knew that it meant that, right?
I
since
knew what it meant.
I didn't know what it
1700s.
meant.
What it means or
Like,
meant.
we just thought it was ridiculous and called it macaroni.
Yeah.
Stupid.
That's what they called fashion back then.
It
And
was
called
like
it fashion. So really, the song is like, stuck a feather in his hat and make it fashion.
Fashion.
But
Yep.
make it fashion.
Boom.
like
So,
Wow.
instead, so he couldn't afford a macaroni, so he stuck a feather instead and called it a
He
macaroni.
would, right. He would call. That's right. He put a feather in because he's got like no money whatsoever, and
Yeah.
calls himself a rich dude.
Oh,
Wow.
nice.
That's crazy.
Now,
Hey, want to see my gold?
Yes.
Here, look at my gold necklace.
And called it macaroni. All right, now it's
That's
time
my gold
for
necklace.
what now?
where we bring you a completely random and anonymous couple's gripes and we have you settle it. Remember, there's no right or wrong. We'll never know who's who. But they sent them in. They sent in some questions. And, you could say freely what you think, what you feel. And, again, there's no right or wrong. But whose side are you on? Okay. What happened, Bull? You've got one. I gave you the bag of mail.
I've been busy with the dog.
Just
I don't have
read
anything.
the mail.
I don't have it. I don't have it. Sorry, there's too many.
Just pick one. Just pick one letter. Just peel it out of the bag of mail that we've got.
All right, let me
Random
look.
and anonymous.
What happened with the landlord?
Oh yeah, what happened with the landlord?
I think he put water in my soap.
Still asking this person to go to the gym with this person.
Right. We're not doing follow-ups because we wouldn't know.
Well, mad ass.
We will do the follow up for our Patreon followers, which we
Yes.
don't have yet.
Yes, those are our tier 2 members, and you can follow us on Patreon for the juicy goss as to what happened exactly with the landlord.
Person 1 wants to know why person 2 doesn't, when the person 1 takes garbage to the kitchen, leaves it on the stove or puts it on the microwave instead of just dropping it in the garbage.
I feel like we've gotten this question before. Are you reading old mail?
I don't think it's solved. I don't think that they've never.
This is the first time I've heard this question.
So, what's the question exactly? What's the problem?
why doesn't person one throw the stuff in any garbage in the garbage instead of just throwing it on the stove
I
instead
have
of
a question to the
So it
question.
gets done for them.
No.
I have a
Did
follow-up
on
question.
That's what I
purpose.
thought. That's what I thought.
I have
I
a
have a
follow-up
question about
question.
questions.
Hey, Bull, I have a follow-up question.
You bet.
Does person one leave the cabinet to the kitchen open?
Oh my God!
No, the thing about that,
What is this
Nick,
witchcraft?
person one doesn't even open the fucking
It's
cabinets.
not true.
They don't know how to open the cabinets.
Yeah, they do. They just don't know how to close them because they think they should just be open because.
Open sesame.
Yeah. This is the
I was
same
just asking
person, Nick. This is the same person that when the toilet paper roll is done, this person saves the cardboard roll and stacks it on the back of
No.
the toilet
Hey,
till
one
it's
One,
all
thing at
it
a
sounds like
time.
you have a lot of mail and you're going through. I don't know how you know that this is the same person. Second, I'm going
you
to
told
tell
me to
you that I
open it
did
up,
read
and I
that
see
letter and they
all this-
don't save them. They just, no one throws them out in that house because the male, there's a male and a female. The male seems to think that only, that they don't use toilet paper.
Those, yeah, Don. Yeah, those.
Yeah,
had
that's
one.
what you use them for, Bull. That's what you do.
Yeah.
You hold on to them because you never know when you're going to need it in an improv on
No, they're not saved. They're thrown out. But somebody, I remember that particular one from old reader mail. And the problem with that story was that somebody likes, old mail.
Or here's
I'm not
another one.
done. I'm not done. I'm still saying the thing.
My eye. How about this one? Person one will take a soap bar out of the box while the person one is in the shower and just throws it on the ground after they're
Was
done.
it on
And-
purpose?
and
Sure, it's
on
because
purpose. And
they
expects
don't
number
want it
two
to get
to pick it up.
wet.
Every time. Number two gets tired of it and just watches them pile up as number one just walks over them daily.
They do hope
Oh,
to
wait
get
a
it
minute,
in
wait
the
a minute,
sink.
wait a minute. Is that the same person, number one, who gets really upset when somebody goes in the bathroom if they're there forever and they're interrupted?
Yeah, you're not. No one
Same-
else is allowed to
same
use
one?
the bathroom except number
Same
one.
one? That one.
Yeah,
Oh, okay.
Why are these
exactly.
letters
I
so
remember
piling on
detailed?
like a
Ladies
this
and
is
gentlemen,
piling
welcome.
on like a whole carpet of old clothing.
I got one for you. Number one,
you just go through the
number
whole
one
bag.
was using the toilet the other day and told number two to use the damn wee pad because number two had to use the bathroom. Use a wee pad.
I'm getting confused
But
with the
no
number one
problem-
and number
no
two.
problem with them coming in the bathroom while you're taking a shower, right?
No, I think.
Oh,
Hold on.
that's a problem.
Time out. I think that the problem with that story with the wee pad was that the number two person has their bowels set to just, if somebody's in the bathroom, suddenly their bowels are like, I gotta go. So they just wait for somebody to be in the bathroom to
number
have
one,
to use
number
it.
one is in the bathroom way too long.
Number one doing is
So
number
was
one
the number-
doing number two or
Yeah, number one is doing something, but I don't know if it's number two.
But number two definitely
person-
needs to do
would,
number
would
two.
would person number two consider person number one to be an inconsiderate roommate?
Oh my god, you nailed it. Nailed it. I think that this,
I had a roommate like that once. I left the
Did they-
country.
did they hang around long?
Wow.
Lucy, you get a high five from me.
Oh, how dare you, Nick. I'm still mad at you about not caring about whatever it was earlier, and I can't remember. Was it Gilgore Jean-Bonnet? I'm still mad.
Look at number one's changes the subject.
No, I'm not number one. This is not it. This is not us. But I want to. What'd you say, Mom?
He doesn't care about serial killers. He cares about world soccer.
Boo!
We talked about this.
But no, I will say that pad story is a hilarious story that I remember from the letters, and it was a situation where the person Number 2, these people write a lot to us. Number 2 likes to go to the bathroom when number 1 is using it. So if number 1 is in the shower, suddenly number 2 has to go to the bathroom. If, number 1 is in the bathroom, number 2 suddenly has to go to the bathroom. All day, they don't have to go. Their whole bowel does not move until someone else uses the bathroom.
Wow.
So when you get the full story, is it possible that number 1 monopolizes the bathroom?
No! Shut up! And that's not in the mail.
Hold on, I just found a letter.
You're just making things up.
No, that's what it says. That's exactly what number 2 says.
Hey, Bull, did you send me that letter that's about right here?
Oh, the mailbag.
Go ahead and read it, Nick. Go ahead.
He's got one too.
But yeah, so then number 2 had to go, and number 1 was like, "Why? I'm going." And then number 2 was like, "I'm gonna go in the garbage." And then number 1 was like, "Go on a wee wee pad, you animal."
So when you go like to a public toilet and there's like someone in there for a long time, don't you just kind of want to knock on the door and say, not like, "Yo, come on, man, come on, get out of the bed."
You good?
Kind of say like, "Do me a favor, could you come on out? Let me go in. I won't be very long, and then you can continue." Does anybody else have that experience?
That's what number 2 says to number 1.
Wow.
This
Are we
is
on
crazy.
the number 1 show?
This is witchcraft. First Nick, now Don. What'd you say, Matt?
Are we on the person 1 show?
Yeah.
No, we're clearly on the John Edwards show or whatever it is where you people communicate with ghosts and are psychics.
Actually, number 1 did get up the other day. It blew number 2's mind. Number 1 got up and let number 2 get in there, and then number 2 left and number 1 got back in there.
That's the answer. I wish the world worked that way.
Number 1 shared.
Is it possible that number 2 is putting things in the food?
What?
I don't know. It's just... write us next week and let us know if number 2 is putting things in the food. Oh my. That was
I remind you of a question I read recently.
Yeah, let's hear it.
Who does number 2 work for?
Number 1 works for number 2.
Ha! I don't know these people, but that doesn't seem right.
Number 1 and number 2 work for food. That's what they work for.
Yeah, number 1 works for food.
Aw, they're pets.
Number 1 begs for food.
All right, so what's the settling? 1 or 2, everybody, on 3. 1, 2, 3.
3.
2.
I don't know what any of it means, but it sounds like what you're saying is number 1 is perfectly reasonable. And now it's time for this next segment.
I'm muting myself.
Where it's complete.
I gotta jump.
No, Nick, we're doing improv. This is totally planned. Nick, before you go, tell us the thing we've been working on that you're a part of and that we're about to do.
Tomatoes. Lots and lots of tomatoes. Buy stocks in tomatoes.
Oh.
Why, thank you.
And now, for tomatoes, buy lots and lots of stocks in tomatoes. Hey, boss.
Yo.
I think I need more ketchup.
No, not ketchup. The raw material. The tomato. The actual tomato.
Wow.
Excuse me. Did you mean you need stalks of tomato or stock, like as in like
Wow, like a tomato stock. Like a stock.
Yeah,
like a celery stock of tomatoes.
Did you want me to get stalks? Because I got a bunch of stalks.
Yes.
Tomatoes.
I would love that.
Or did you mean like stalks, like the thing that you can go on and trade?
Whichever's going to get me richer faster. Yeah.
Oh well, so I got the wrong thing then.
Oh no.
Yeah, probably.
Oh.
Man. I'm stuck with all these stalks of tomatoes. I don't know what to do with them.
I'm sorry that my advice was wrong. I'm not a very good trader, I guess. Or maybe I'm a good trader.
You want to trade the tomato stalks for something?
I got these beans.
Beans? What kind of
Boss, can we sell the beans?
beans? I'll trade you all my tomato stalks for beans. How about that?
I'll take it.
Okay. There you go. There they are.
That's pretty good.
Take all the beans.
Whoa!
My friend's here.
Somebody having a tomato emergency here?
Look, it's my little Oompa Loompa tomato man.
The alarm went off.
Uh-oh.
Is this a false alarm?
No, I
real
ate
tomato
some
emergency?
tomatoes. It's a real emergency. We're out of tomatoes.
You need to catch up on the story.
And now
the
Matt
tomato.
sum
What
up the
happened to the
entire
tomato?
story for us. And now Matt sum up the entire story for us.
What?
Matt, sum it up. Sum up everything that just made sense that you just saw.
Oh, so back when the stock market first started, they wouldn't trade things that represented crops. They actually traded the crops on the floor of the stock exchange.
Oh, neat. I didn't know that.
Yeah, that little sketch was a slice of history, and you didn't even know it. You know what else is a slice of history?
Pineapple on pizza?
I knew you were going to go there, Nick. That's why I got out the Chinese.
With Matt Capazzi.
On this day in 1988, the band Guns N' Roses released their single Sweet Child O' Mine. It was a hit. Everyone started listening to it, and they stopped what they were doing. So nothing was solved on this day in 1988.
Kurt Cobain was murdered.
I got something to say about that song.
Oh, what?
Okay. Did you know that Slash did not actually want to
Yeah.
release it? Oh, you did know? Okay.
He didn't. He thought that the guitar riff was silly.
Well, actually, the guitar riff was actually just a exercise, just like a finger skipping exercise or a string skipping exercise that he was just doing, and at the time, him and Axel and a couple other of the bandmates, they were all roommates, and Axel could he lived upstairs, and so Slash was doing this exercise downstairs. He could hear it, and as he could hear him playing it, he actually came up with lyrics to to the, or partial lyrics anyway, to the song while he was listening to him do that particular exercise. And so he, I guess he got finished writing whatever he wrote. He came downstairs and shared it with Slash, and Slash was like, I don't know. I mean, this is just an exercise,
So
actually, also just another quick fun fact. Guns N' Roses, actually, the band name, it comes from Guns N' Roses was actually the ashes of two other bands. Yeah. And those were LA Guns and Hollywood Rose. Yeah. So that's where the name Guns N' Roses came from.
Wow. Yeah. I 100% always thought it was just about Axl Rose. Was Axl Rose in the Hollywood Rose?
Yeah.
Okay. I don't know.
So it kind of could
be still. So the different, all the members, they basically came from those two groups. They came together because those two groups broke up, and the remaining, I guess, or some of the remaining members of both of the groups came together to form Guns N' Roses.
Yep.
Yeah.
That's crazy. And then eventually they helped conspire to murder Kurt Cobain. I don't know if that's true, but he was definitely murdered. Please look into it. And that was on this day in history. And now, before we go, Eric, tell us what will make the world a better place.
The world would be a better place if we all just took a little bit of time out of our day to contact someone that we haven't talked to in a while and just say hello, or I'm thinking of you, or I just wanted to see how you were, just checking in. So yeah.
I like that. I do like the idea of actually telling people what you think, but before it's too late. I had somebody that would wish me a happy birthday every year, and it was very meaningful to me that this person would wish me a happy birthday. And then this year, by the time I was able to get back to them, they were not able to receive the message. So do send those messages out now and not later. That is very good advice. Eric Prater, thank you.
Seize the day.
Yeah. Contact that friend you haven't talked to in a while. Do it now. All right, before we get out of here, Matt has a podcast he'd like to tell you about. I think Don's got some things, and this is the part where we do plugs.
Yeah, if you're on Spotify, check out Matt C's podcast. And the secret code to find it is Spotlight Genesis. And there's a bunch of episodes on there, and you might find some music that you like. So it's called Matt C's Podcast, and use the search term Spotlight Genesis.
Nice. Bull and I are teaching a vinyasa class. It's vinyasa and cha-cha. It's not true. He just said it earlier. He's like, yeah, you do that aerial vinyasa. And I thought it was so funny. And I love the idea of a vinyasa cha-cha. So if anybody knows how to design that, please design it so that we can teach it next week. Don, do you have anything you want to...
I've actually never heard of that before.
Vinyasa or cha-cha? It's
cha-cha,
yoga and cha-cha, and I've made it up with Bull.
Okay.
So it doesn't exist yet. But we've
cha-cha, but not the first thing you said.
Yeah, vinyasa. It's yoga. But it could be aerial vinyasa. Cha. All right,
so
guys.
Wait, you sit in different positions and then say cha-cha?
Yeah. It's like cha-cha and then aerial dance. It's brilliant.
Oh, okay.
Watch us next week when we teach it right here on the Kathryn Dunn Show. If anybody's got any plugs before we get out of here, anybody raise your hand. No, yes, no. Yeah. All right, let's hear it. Quick, go.
The Animal Sanctuary Alveus in Austin, Texas.
Yes.
Go check them out. They have, their own Twitch, all this stuff, Alveus Sanctuary. And you can also find me on TikTok, Eric Prater _.
Nice. I also want to mention Woodstock Farm Sanctuary. Do check them out. They do have some piggies that have just been named and released. Don or Nick?
Double Nickel Saloon, Timeless Improv Group is playing every first and second Sunday at Vintage Improv Festival Follies. I think we're also doing something on High Wire, also on Sundays this coming month. And I will be outside the bathroom of Starbucks between 22nd and 3rd Avenue. And if anybody wants to come in, sorry, you'll have to call my number, and I'm not giving that here.
Love it. Check him out. Check him out outside the Starbucks at 23rd and 6th. I'm not sure if I got that right, but do check him out.
However, if you ask me very nicely and you send me $100 we'll go ahead and give you Don Slovin's phone number.
Yes. And if you send us $1,000, we will actually set up a date for you to get Reuben sandwiches at Katz's with Don Slovin.
Reuben sandwiches? What are you out of your fucking pastrami at Katz's?
That's right.
Look what you did,
And you can hear
Kathryn.
him
Look what you
yell
did.
the entire time for $1,000. All right, guys. This has been the Kathryn Dunn Show. You've all been beautiful. Oh, go.
Now I want a Reuben.
I know. I want
those are good.
a vegan Reuben, or I really do want an artichoke pizza right now. Can they make it vegan? They're so good. All right, this has been the Kathryn Dunn Show. You've all been amazing. Love you. Thank you. Bye.
Bye.